Hi, my name is Cold Beer and let's start with Planet Zoo.
Remember when you were a child and in a zoo you saw some dumb animal and then you said something like,
I want that, I wish I could keep it.
and then your mother just slapped you and said,
It's a lion, it would eat you.
and you were like,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, kids are dumb, but the point of this story is that now you can keep a lion, and giraffe, crocodile, and elephant, and not one but as many as you want. And the funny thing is that you are just as unsuitable to keep them now as it was back then when you were a kid. All your animals would get sick and die, or they will die because you'll forget to feed them or give them more cosmos. Well, I mean space. And it's a fun game if you are ready not to cry over imaginary animals and their imaginary deaths. Base game itself is very cheap, but it has like 8 or 9 DLCs, so it will suck your wallet dry. Be careful. Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you take Skyrim and strip it of dragons, trolls, elves and magic, you might get a very boring game. Not as boring as your sister, but really, you may think that it would probably suck. But these Czech developers who created Kingdom Come Deliverance managed to make a realistic medieval Skyrim-like game that is not only not boring, but is one of the most famous open-world games nowadays. It has a great story, interesting missions and a really beautiful world set in an ancient part of nowadays Czech Republic. So grab your wooden sword and show everyone how to fight. Well, I'll be honest, this game is terribly hard at the beginning. A simple drunken peasant will destroy your dignity at ease. The learning curve is not friendly at all, but you will learn, everyone learns. You're not worse than everyone, right? Although in general, the harsh reality of a level 1 villager that decided to become a warrior is not very pleasant, like in any game. And combat here is very realistic. I'm not kidding, some duels against stronger foes can span 15 minutes or even more. Here you will really feel like a lone warrior fighting for your life. Immersion definitely over 9000. Hogwarts Legacy. I had a lot of fun playing this game. The world is very detailed, quests are handcrafted and fun, magic truly feels like magic and the world is really open, although the map is shaped like a bow, very narrow and long. But that's maybe a thing of a lore. I don't know, I have never read the books, only seen the movies. Only thing that actually spoiled the game a bit was how soon I got the ability to fly. That absolutely crashed the exploration on foot part. Flying in Hogwarts is awesome, but I would have given this ability way later in the game. The variety of enemies also could be wider, but hey, it's a great game, you have all my recommendations. Spirittea. If you ever saw Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece Spirited Away, you may be pleased to know that Spirittea is inspirited by this movie. The town here is crawling with troublesome souls, and you are the only one who can see them. So you'd better get that old bathhouse up and running. Maybe that will help them to chill out. The bathhouse is an ancient building hidden up in the mountain, and it's up to you to clean it up and fill it full of customers. And you better be sure that your customers are happy. Spirits aren't something you want to be angry at you. Like, have you seen The Ring? Anyway, once the beings visit your bathhouse, you'll need to clean towels, chop wood and heat the baths, and see the spirits with their friends for the ultimate bathing experience. So no stinky spirits in this game. Manifold Garden. The game looks like a creation of AI, where you prompted it to create something 3D, geometrical and physics-based. But this game is not just beautiful gibberish, it's an actual game with an expansive and visually striking world filled with mind-bending puzzles. Here you'll have to manipulate gravity to gain new perspectives and walk on any visible surface. You will explore structures that repeat infinitely, and also play with photo mode and make some beautiful art for your office. I'm not kidding, your boss, if he's not a gamer, will approve this quite easily, and if he is a gamer, that will be even easier. It seems that the game was made mostly by one man, and that is a huge achievement. People on Steam are saying that you don't need drugs to feel like you are on drugs while playing this game. Also, it's very satisfying to watch all these structures unfold in front of you, or should I say unmanifold in front of you. Wingspan. Let me start with the fact that this game has an overwhelmingly positive review score on Steam. Yeah, so you won't skip thinking that this is some lame card game. Well, it is a card game, but as far from lame as you are, you know, from lame. Yeah, you are cool, man, never doubt that. Now subscribe. So here you are, a bird enthusiast, researcher, bird watcher, ornithologist and collector seeking to discover and attract the best birds to your network of wildlife preserves. Well, if you want some wisdom, I can reveal which bird is the best. It's the one who tastes taste is the best. Anyway, here each bird extends a chain of powerful combinations in one of your habitats, and each habitat focuses on a key aspect of the growth of your preserves and so on. The game is meant to be played from 1 to 5 people, so if you have some nerdy friends, tell them something nice and convince them to play this game together. If not, there is always a mother-in-law who can help. If not yours, then somebody else's. World is filled with them. Maneater. In this game, you will not be a traditional bad guy, you will not even be a guy, you'll be a shark. In fact, you will start out as a small shark pup, where both wildlife and humans will be your enemies. This is actually an RPG game. Your goal here is to eat and become a strongest boy, and you will find plenty of food for that matter, ranging from happy fish and friendly turtles to the most delicious meal of them all, unsuspecting beach people. The game is well narrated and the humor is beautiful, but Maneater is quite short. It will take about 8 hours to complete. Vaporum. This is a grid-based single-player and single-character dungeon crawler RPG set in an original steampunk setting. The game is obviously inspired by old-school games like Dungeon Master, the Eye of the Beholder series, and the most recent Legend of Grimrock. So here, stranded in the middle of an ocean in front of a gigantic tower, you have to find out what the place is, what happened here, and most importantly, who are you and where the secret beer stash is. The game looks beautiful, so if you like dungeon crawlers, keep in mind that this one has very positive reviews on Steam and is a true gem for your collection. Death in the Water 2. Here you will dodge and carve your way through swarms of terrifying sea creatures, controlled by a vicious, giant, mind-controlling kraken that haunts your every move. You will scavenge for hidden treasure to unlock weapons and upgrades, but the environment of this game will make sure that every dive reveals a new nightmare. As you investigate ruins, wrecks and reefs, the tension escalates. The marine life mirrors real behavior, with sharks and creatures remaining passive unless provoked. So don't splash the water and don't pretend to be a seal. Honestly, this advice is legit not only in this game, but also in real life. So the game features a campaign, also survival and free roam modes. People on Steam are saying that this game is very detailed and is suitable for almost every first-person shooter horror fan. The only bad thing is, if you get motion sickness easily, then avoid. Valfaris. Your metal detector should be beeping like hell right now, because Valfaris is an amazing platformer game with a true metal soul. Reviews are very positive, so no catch. Here you can buy this game even without a discount and you will be satisfied with what you get. And you get metal and a game 2 in 1, you know, like shampoo and conditioner or you and your virginity. If you like Valfaris, you can check out the game named Slain as well, made by the same developers. It also has a metal soul but slightly worse review score. People on Steam are talking that Valfaris is what they expected the new modern Contra game to be. Pure sci-fi power fantasy with an incredibly good soundtrack and game atmosphere. Warhammer 40k Gladius Relics of War. That's a long-ass name, I give them that. The game has a very positive review score and 90% discount. That is great, but of course there is a catch. If you like the game, keep in mind that there are about 13 DLCs available. So yeah, that's a trap for your wallet, but it may be a pleasant one. Maybe you like to suffer, I don't judge. Anyway, Warhammer 40,000 Gladius Relics of War brings you a world of terror and violence with a turn-based 4X strategy game. You'll face a challenging AI and cooperate or compete with friends and strangers across the globe. Play as one of 4 iconic Warhammer factions, each with their own unique playstyle and technology tree. Explore a randomly generated world filled with special features and threatening wildlife that can crush your troops' morale. People on Steam are talking that this is a great strategy game, but as I've mentioned before, many say that without DLCs it feels incomplete. Well, this price is a joke, so you can risk it anyway. Still, more expensive than your sister. Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. This is the definitive version of the game, the third and newest standalone game in Shadowrun CRPG series. Here the members of your team are designed to play contrasting roles during missions, and each of them has a distinct set of skills, abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. And the city itself is a stable and prosperous port in a sea of chaos, warfare, and political turmoil. This extended edition adds a new more than 6-hour-long Shadows of Hong Kong campaign to the game as a free upgrade, delivering on a funding goal achieved by fans in a successful Kickstarter campaign. So basically someone else paid real money so you could play additional content for free. Let the beer gods be merciful upon those great people.
Legend of Grimrock 2.
This title is perfect for those who like pineapple and potato salad and well-done steaks. Oh, wait a minute, it's a mistake, that is an absolutely different game and it shouldn't exist. This game is perfect for dungeon crawling fans because Legend of Grimrock 2 is one of the best there is. It has a modern execution but an old-school heart. Sadly, only the second part is verified on Steam Deck, and the first one is completely unsupported. That is kinda weird. So here a group of prisoners have been shipwrecked on the secluded Isle of Nex. The island is filled with ancient crumbled ruins, mysterious shrines and vast underground network of dungeons and mines, so they want to escape and forget the vile crimes they may or may not have committed. They probably put pineapple in the potato salad and cooked steaks until they were well done.
If that is so, just leave them to die, they are not worthy.
Yeah, words of wisdom. Okay, I'm kidding, you are a generous god and you must help everyone in need.
Yeah, except for those infidels.
So, if the prisoners wish to make it out alive, they have to overcome all the challenges, form a team and descend through the ominous mountain. Although be warned that this game has one very annoying feature. You will be searching for hidden buttons all the time, and that is not fun at all. Wartales. It has been 100 years since the world saw the fall of the once great Edoran Empire at the hands of an unprecedented plague that swept the nation. So prepare to lead a group of characters in a huge open world where combat, death and thirst for riches will shape and define your day-to-day life. You are not a special chosen one ushering in a new era of peace. Nah, your goal is solely to survive. Well, and thrive in this harsh and hostile land. You can recruit from the vast array of new companions with numerous unique skill sets and weapon preferences, resulting in a plethora of possible builds. You will accept contracts that will take you on a task to defend, liberate and save the many inhabitants of the land for money. You are not a hero, remember? Also here you will be able to collect bounties, from the most insignificant pathetic thieves to the land's most notorious figures. There is no such thing as a profit too small to take. Detroit: Become Human. Here decisions will dramatically alter how the game's intense, branching narrative plays out. Your choices really matter, not like in real life. Basically, the whole game is built around your choices. You can't do anything here except to choose what to do in certain situations. Well, also you move around a little and search for clues, but that's kinda it. And every decision you make, no matter how small, affects the outcome of the story. And in this game, no playthrough will be exactly the same. You can replay again and again to discover a totally different conclusion, sometimes absolutely unexpected one. Well, let's be honest, you probably won't do that many times, but it's nice to know that the ending you got is really unique. Also, you can try the free demo version on Steam. The Invincible. The Invincible was written by Polish writer Stanisław Lem, the author of the very well-known Solaris. In general, I think that The Invincible should have been a movie, but I will take a game as well. So the plot of the book, I will try to tell you without spoilers, is revolving around an expedition who has landed on a distant desert planet, much like a Mars, but an itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny more alive one. And then bad things start to happen. Duh. All I can say that this plot is not a usual one where you land on some creepy rock and then some monsters start snatching your crew one by one. It's not like that. If you remember Solaris, you can realize that Stanisław Lem tried to avoid cliches and think of something more intriguing. So I can promise you that The Invincible is not a cliche story. It is really good, less psychological if you compare it to Solaris and more action-oriented. Also, if you played Firewatch, you will see where they took the inspiration from. 9 Parchments. This is a cooperative action RPG game of magical mayhem from the creators of the Trine series. Here, runaway apprentice wizards seize the opportunity to complete their spellbooks by going after the lost 9 parchments. Super powerful spells meant to be wielded by the most powerful mages. So as these newbies rapidly acquire powerful new spells without learning proper safety measures, it's natural that their hasty progress results in plenty of deadly accidents. 9 Parchments combines real-time spell shooting action with usual RPG elements. Here you level up your character and collect magical loot, filling your wardrobe with zillions of wizard hats and powerful staves. People on Steam are saying that this is a super entertaining game to play with your friends. Doesn't matter imaginary or real ones. Although keep in mind that if you play with imaginary friends, you will need another pair of non-imaginary hands. Why must everything be so complicated? I don't get it. INMOST. This is an emotional and deeply atmospheric narrative-driven puzzle platformer. You will uncover the stories of an adventurous young girl, a stoic knight, and a man in search of answers. You will explore a crumbling, nightmarish landscape, slice through enemies and spring deadly traps in order to escape the evil that awaits. You will have to lure enemies into lethal traps, solve environmental puzzles, and utilize your scythe, hookshot, and pickaxe to avoid a gruesome end. The story is not very long. It will take you about 3 to 5 hours to complete. Literally depends on how dumb you are, because it's a puzzle game. It can work like an IQ test. If you finish it in 3 hours, congratulations. If in 5, well, I have bad news for you.
And you finished it in 10.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie, everyone.
No, it isn't.
Shut up. It Takes Two. As you can probably imagine, this is a co-op game for 2 people. Here you can invite a friend to join for free with Friends Pass, and together master unique and connected character abilities, help each other with the obstacles, and have a great time in general. For example, my friend who's 40 plus years old and usually plays games like Detroit Become Human, Observer, The Last of Us, and similar gloomy stuff, played this with his wife, and he said that this was the best game he tried in half a year. So it's obvious that the game has no age or genre restrictions, it's just pure fun. So grab your mother-in-law and have fun together. It Takes Two has overwhelmingly positive reviews, but that's probably obvious as well. Red Dead Redemption 2. Welcome to America, 1899. Here you are, an outlaw on the run. You and your gang will have to rob, steal, and fight your way to survive. You'll travel across a beautiful country, and occasionally some people will ask for help, and you can just politely decline. Or not, it's up to you. The game itself feels like an interactive cinematic film. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a beautiful emotional roller coaster. The story will leave you wondering if there is a pill you can drink to forget it, so you could experience the game once again. And most importantly, your horse's testicles will shrink when it's cold.
Most importantly?
Yes, most importantly.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.